Hello my lovely angels, and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys may or may not know by now, I've decided to transfer schools. I am no longer at Tennessee State University, but I've transferred to Georgia Southern for the rest of my college career. If you follow me on TikTok, you might know this because I made like a transfer announcement video and like a whole video explaining why and stuff. So if you follow me over there, you might already like know all this information and like know this, but I wanted to make a separate video for YouTube that's more of like a Q&A type style video, so like answering y'all's questions about transferring, the transfer process and everything. So that's what I'm gonna be doing in this video while I get ready for the day and do my makeup. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
Baby, you are the one.
So the first question I have is, of course, why? So like I said before, I did make a whole video on TikTok kind of explaining why in like a 10-minute long like get ready with me type video. So if you really want to like know like the full explanation why, because I'm probably not gonna like tell the whole story all over again on here, then go watch that video on my TikTok. But I will say the main reasons are literally just because I felt like at my last school I couldn't really be myself that much, to be honest. Like I just felt kind of like uncomfortable there sometimes. I felt like people there were really judgy, and I had like a couple kind of like negative experiences unfortunately with that. I'll share like one of the times. I had this one girl one time, I mentioned that like I wanted to try line dancing. She was looking at my roommate's friends, and she was just like, she looked at me and she was like, who's gonna do that with you, because it's definitely not me. That's one instance. I got judged a lot for liking Taylor Swift and for being more like preppy and everything, I guess, because the school that I like went to was an HBCU. So of course no hate or slander at all to HBCUs, but I felt like it was definitely a very different vibe there, and so that definitely I feel like played a part into it. And then not like bad or anything, just different compared to like what I'm used to. So that's like one of the main reasons. Another reason I would say is just also I had a lot of problems with like the admission there, and just like I felt like people never answered my email, never answered my calls. Financial aid like wasn't really the greatest at my school, my last school. I felt like I had a lot of issues with that as well. So yeah, pretty much the main two reasons are feeling judged and like I didn't really fit in, and then also just having problems with like financial aid and like admissions and just like the administration there. But like I said, if you want like my whole freshman year pretty much like experience, full length 10-minute kind of lengthy get ready with me video and like the full very long explanation, then definitely go check out my TikTok. Next is, are you staying on campus? No, I'm not staying on campus this year. At the school that I'm at now, it's very rare from what I've heard for upperclassmen, so anyone who's not a freshman, to stay on campus. Pretty much after freshman year, you almost like kind of get kicked off campus. There is like one upperclassman dorm that upperclassmen can stay like in if they want to stay on campus, but from what I've heard, it's like very hard to get into because it just fills up very quickly for like people who like really want to be on campus and like need to be on campus for any reason. So yeah, I didn't decide to transfer until halfway through the summer, so because of that, pretty much had to be off campus, which is fine because I don't mind being off campus, honestly. I'd rather be in like an apartment. It's what I'm in right now, an apartment, than like on campus in like a dorm anyway, just because I did the whole dorm thing last year. I feel like I definitely got my dorm experience, and now I can be done with that. Of course, nothing wrong. Oh, I just grabbed the wrong thing. Nothing wrong with being in a dorm or anything. It just, personally, I didn't mind it. Honestly, I can make a whole separate video just on like dorm life and like my experience being in a dorm. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was just that like, I feel like it was just really cramped, honestly. And I felt like I was like claustrophobic a lot of the time, and like, I don't know how to explain it. Like being in a dorm, it was just a whole experience. And I like that I had that experience. I'm definitely glad that I had that experience, but you know, looking back now, I definitely feel like I've had my dorm time, and now I can just move on from that. So far, I really like living in an apartment though, honestly. It definitely has its pros and cons. I would say one con is that it's very hard to know like about the stuff that's going on in campus and like in the area and like at the school and everything, because I'm off campus. You pretty much just have to either know people, be following like the group chats and like the pages on Instagram and Snapchat. But like the main thing is you have to like know people, I guess, for like going to like the parties, going to the events, to like know when they're going on. So I would say that is definitely a con, especially being a transfer student. I don't really know too many people here yet besides like my roommates, my best friend who goes here, and I've met like a couple other people as well, but I mean, I'm not close to anyone yet, you know what I mean? So it is just definitely a little bit harder at times, but I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, it'll build character. I kind of already answered this one, but where are you transferring? I transferred to Georgia Southern University in Statesboro, Georgia. Honestly, I could also make a whole separate video on why I chose this school, but pretty much the main reason is just because right out of high school, I really wanted to go here. It was like one of my top choice schools next to Alabama, and I think UGA. Didn't get into UGA, which makes sense because I mean, UGA is really hard to get into. I didn't really think I was gonna get in there. And then Alabama, I did get into. It was just really expensive and I couldn't afford it. So yeah, Georgia Southern was my top choice school out of high school. Of course, I didn't end up working out, but when I was like thinking about transferring, I knew for a fact that I wanted to transfer here. I didn't really want to transfer, like go anywhere else. So I was like, okay, if I get in, then I'll go. If I don't, then I'll just stay at my last school. But thankfully, I did get in. So yeah, here we are. Do I have friends here? Yes, like I stated earlier, my best friend goes here. And then I also know like a couple other people who I was kind of friends with in high school who go here. But of course, my like main friend that I know, and like one of the reasons why I decided to pick this school also like transfer to, was literally my best friend. She goes here and she absolutely loves it. We would always like FaceTime last year and stuff, and I would tell her, you know, I'm not really loving my school, I want to transfer. And she was like, OMG, like you should just come to Southern, come to Statesboro, because she just loves it down here. And honestly, I can see why. So far, I think it is very cutie. I honestly really love it so far. I haven't been here that long yet, only about a week or so, and I've only gone to class like twice, but in those like couple days I actually have met a couple of people. There are a few girls who I've been talking to on TikTok who go here, and we've been planning to meet up and stuff, and I actually ended up running into a couple of them when I was in class on Thursday, I believe, and I'm filming this, it's like Sunday. So yeah, on Thursday I ran into them and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny that like we ran into each other. So yeah, I definitely have made a couple of friends, but if you're talking about like just right out of like high school or like college or anything, like my freshman year of college, if I had like knew anyone before I came here, pretty much just my best friend. Where did you go before? Also kind of answered this. I went to Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee before. This question I kept getting asked a lot, and it is it the same distance away as like your last school, or is it closer to home, is it farther? Pretty much like distance questions. So yes, it pretty much is the same distance, which is weird because you'd think that Tennessee would be farther since it's out of state, but no, literally Tennessee is like the same distance away from where I live as Statesboro is. It's just opposite directions. So like Nashville was heading more towards like north, I guess, like north, like, you know, in the mountains and everything, because of course, you know, Tennessee. And then Statesboro is more south because it's South Georgia, you know, it's near like Savannah and everything, and like Florida and North Carolina, so it's definitely way more south, way more like near the beach. And then the last and final question I have for this little transfer Q&A that I got is, do you think that you will like it better? So obviously I haven't really been here that long yet, but I will say from like the week or so, like week and a half, 2 weeks that I've been here so far, honestly, I do like it better, and here's why. I wouldn't even say I like it better, honestly, because I didn't not like, for example, I feel like at my last school, I didn't really like the school that much. I mean, the school was like okay. I definitely would say I do miss my friends and everything, but I do like this school better. But as far as like Statesboro and Nashville, I like Nashville better than Statesboro because, I mean, obviously it's Nashville. It's just way more to do down there, but I definitely like the school better than Tennessee State, to be honest. Just from what I've gathered so far, people here are very nice. Not saying there weren't nice people at Tennessee State, but yeah. The people here are just really nice so far. Everyone seems really welcoming. My roommates are super great. The people I've been able to meet through like social media and like in my classes so far are super great. And I just feel like it's a little bit more my vibe and like what I was looking for from a college anyway. Like when I was picking colleges out of high school, it is a little bit more of what I wanted. So yeah, overall, I actually do really think I like it better. There are definitely parts of Tennessee State that I miss, like, for example, I definitely miss, like, there used to be this thing called Courtyard Wednesday where everyone would go out on Wednesdays and, like, they would play music and, like, people would dress up in, like, the cutest little outfits, and there would be, like, different clubs and sororities, like, that had, like, set up tables and people would just dance, and there would be food trucks. Like, I do miss that aspect of it. Like, I feel like it was very lively. My last school, I mean, my new school that I'm at right now is definitely lively too, just like lively in different ways, I guess. Like literally there's this golf cart that I guess is called like karaoke, like a karaoke golf cart that like went zooming past me when I was on my way to class the other day, and like they were just singing Party in the USA. It's like they're both lively, just different types of lively, I guess, if that makes any sense. But yeah, overall I do think that I will honestly in the long run like it better and be happy that I transferred and made that decision. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this cutie little transfer vid. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to click like and subscribe. If you have any more questions that I didn't answer, because pretty much I got all these questions from my TikTok live and like from TikTok comment sections, or my TikTok comment section. So if like, you know, you didn't come from TikTok or whatever and you have other questions that I didn't answer, definitely let me know. I can do a part 2. I can answer the questions on TikTok. I can answer them on my Instagram page or whatever. Honestly, if it's just like a really specific question, you can also just DM me and I'll answer. People always think I don't see my DMs, but no, I do. I literally answer everyone as much as I can. So yeah, you can always literally DM me too. It does not matter at all. And if anyone has any like transfer specific questions that I didn't really, because I didn't really touch too much on like the transfer process, like if you're trying to transfer, like you just want to know more about the process, then definitely let me know. I can make a whole separate video on that. Or if you want to know about the HBCU experience that I had, since Tennessee State was an HBCU, like if you're considering that, or like just need help or advice if you already go to an HBCU, definitely let me know. I can make a whole separate video on that, or like I said, just like DM me or something and I can answer your questions. But yeah, I love you all so much. If no one's told you today, I'm so incredibly proud of you. I'll see all of you lovely angels in my next video. Bye, loves.